see if it works. Currently, whoa, this is interesting. Wow. Just give me a second. Now, we got a lot to talk about today. I should have streamed before I went to Miami. I didn't get to stream. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. Give me a second. Holy shit, this works. It works. Hey, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to try it once and for all, forever. I'm multi-streaming tonight. Okay, ew, that looks ugly. My light that's usually up there is gone. I guess that a power surge while I wasn't here. So I got to replace like a little power thingy. Anyway, I'm multi-streaming tonight, so I'm not only on Twitch. Let me get back to my shit. So only for tonight, and we'll make our judgment off of this. Only for tonight, you can see me on all platforms. I just started YouTube, so I'm streaming on my King Akademiks page. If you don't know, King Akademiks, that's the only page you can find me at. Okay, King Akademiks. I upload stream content there. I usually don't stream live on YouTube at all. I never stream live on my biggest page, the one with like 2 million or something like that. But my streaming page that you get the archive clip, YouTube clip stuff, I'm gonna be streaming live tonight. So I'm streaming on what it says right there. I'm streaming on Facebook, my official Facebook page, not Akademiks, not DJ Akademiks, but Akademiks TV. I'm streaming on King Akademiks, the YouTube page, and I'm still on Twitch. For the people who are watching me elsewhere, sorry, I rock with Twitch. You're gonna watch the Twitch, unless y'all get more numbers. You're gonna be watching Twitch. Comments go up and down. If you don't know, I'll take it over there. I can see over there. Those are Twitch comments. But if for whatever reason your lazy ass never made it over to the Twitch, you can watch me from over there. But I'm gonna keep it real with you. Unless it's a lot of y'all, I'm not really paying too much attention. Okay, sorry to say. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's going on. What everybody's in here talking about? Yeah, look at y'all, man. Twitch gonna remove my partnership? Nah, they won't. My contract with them is up. I had an exclusive contract with them is up. I do what I want now. Okay? Sorry. If Twitch want this content solo, pay me, nigga. You heard me? I mean, they do pay me, but it's like, I ain't in no fucking slave deal. The fuck? I stream where I want. It's my content. I put it where I want to put it. I put it on their platform. They don't like it. And if they don't like it, I'll bring it to YouTube. I don't give a fuck. The fuck? I'm over here. Yo, it's Big Act. I'm sorry to tell y'all. You feel me? It's Big Act. The fuck? Anyway, somebody said stay on Twitch. I'm on Twitch, you dumbass nigga. What I'm saying is that I'm out of my exclusive contract with them. I'm out of it. It's over. I got paid. They did me well. I have no complaints. I love Twitch. However, the open market when it comes to streaming is something that has to be explored. Hence, you'll see more streams and you'll see my content elsewhere. We already upload on YouTube, but we're gonna be testing the YouTube live market as well. All right, yo, I want to get to a few things. We haven't streamed in a while. I think I had a list for y'all, and I do want y'all to spam whatever the fuck y'all want me to get to and address. We gotta address Will Smith. We have to. We got to. What the fuck was I talking about? Where is the shit I was? Oh, I got it. Somebody said, we don't care. The last Slimito is dropping soon. Yes, everybody, please. That's the only request I got from Youngboy. Youngboy hit me directly, man. He said, Act, just tell them peoples, and he's talking about y'all, talking about his fans. Said, tell him this not no EP, because I don't know if fan pages were misconstruing it. They seen some shit, and it said EP. I don't know if y'all were taking it wrong. He wants everybody to know the last slide. He was giving me some explanation, but I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not ganged up to even understand what he was saying. Because I said, why the fuck did you name it the last slide Mito? He's like, he gave me some explanation. It sounded great. I just didn't get it. I'm like, yeah, I got you, okay? It's like it's the last slime. You know how he talk? He talk like, yo, I love people from Louisiana, man. I talk so nice and smooth. The last Slamito act. Like I can't even imitate it right now. But anyway, he was telling me, he was like, it's like the big, I don't know what the fuck it means. I'm sorry. I'll ask him again. If y'all want that top Akademiks interview from Utah, from wherever he at, let me know. We will go and get it. Okay. We'll talk more about Youngboy. Don't worry about it. It's my nigga. What did I want? Oh, shit. Yo, can we start on something really quick? All right, I'm going to play a clip real quick, right? And I want to salute to this guy. I was going to DM him, but I rather he sees this organically. Because when you DM niggas, sometimes niggas think how you trying to suck up to them. And you know me, I don't give a fuck about an industry, nigga, ever in life. So if it gets to him, it gets to him. And I didn't reach out at all. But I fucked with how he handled this. And let me tell you about this industry. This industry is so parasitic. It's all about money. It could be never enough money. And people are usually sacrificial lamb. You sacrifice your youth, your freedom, sometimes your life, to sometimes make what you got to make on your side. But the people who also benefit, they don't give a fuck. Trust me. The people who Youngboy signed to right now and Dirk, they don't give a fuck if both of them artists die. By the way, if you ask me, those labels probably wish both of them would die. You know why? All of Dirk's masters is owned by Alamo. All of Youngboy's masters is owned by Atlantic. You know, when you die, the masters just don't go back to the family. They own it for life. Fans are going to be like, oh my God, these guys we love, they died. We're going to keep streaming their music forever. These labels are going to make a fucking killing. So in reality, these labels and these people, you know, sometimes people wrongly point blame. Yo, it's Ak. It's so-and-so who's benefiting off the beef. I'm benefiting off the beef, making 3 YouTube videos when a nigga owns all the content for this guy. What do you think? I don't even want to speak certain things into existence, but just let's just imagine any artist with 10 projects, huge songs. If they die, all them songs gonna keep coming back. That label finna make a killing. That's just how it goes. They make a killing off of that shit. So, in essence, you get to realize these labels, they don't really give 2 fucks that much about talent and artists. I notoriously covered the fact, and by the way, I'm gonna holler at Bobby again. I'm gonna bring Bobby back on Off the Record. I need Bobby Schmurd, I need you back on Off the Record. And the reason I need him back on Off the Record is because we gotta have a conversation. And the conversation that I do gotta talk to Bobby about is, well, Bobby really signed on a management level to Rock Nation. Then he got a whole, contract with Epic. But here's the thing. When he was locked up and before he got convicted, Epic refused, or actually before he took the plea, Epic refused to bail him out. Epic refused to be anywhere near his case because his case had a lot of gang ties. And for them, they don't want to get into shit that could fuck their shit up. And by the way, not saying I blame them that much, but I thought if they weren't gonna you benefit off him glorifying the shit. You know the downside to it. If you're not gonna stand on the other side when it gets to the dark side, release him. There was mad people that were down to try to put a bail for him, but they want to sign him. It's the same. If you guys don't understand that, it's how Tupac got signed to death row. I'll give you a short explanation. Tupac was sitting in jail. Suge pulls up and says, yo, we'll do whatever is necessary to get you out of jail, but it's part of this agreement because, again, nobody really ain't friends in this shit. A part of us getting you out of jail, you got to sign to us. Now, artists like Bobby, you're in a lame duck situation. The label who won't help you get out of jail won't release you. That's somebody who is willing to help you get out of jail that you could do business with. So nobody has any incentive to help you get out of jail. Why would anybody help Bobby get out of jail that time when if you help him get out of jail, he's going to make money for another label and he still can't do business with you. So I thought Epic should have dropped him. You got to imagine Bobby sat for years. Salty at Epic Records. Now he came out, Epic gave him some money. Yo, here's some bread, bro. Take this bread and whatever, get everybody back on their feet. He accepts it because he was going to owe them albums anyway. He accepts it. But really, he not really cool with Epic like that. Also, the people who he signed to Epic for, they all left. L.A. Reid not there no more. Sony's is different. So essentially, he's been trying to leave and go to Roc Nation. I'm not even going to blame Jay because some people might be like, yo, sometimes you always blame Jay. So I'm not going to blame that. He's been trying to leave. But the whole point of me even saying that, it's not even a Bobby Shmurda, intro, because I'm going to get to it in a second. The whole point of it is that a record label doesn't care about the actual artist. They're not supposed to care about the actual artist. Because all these guys, they're employees, whether they're a CEO, a VP, whether they're the president of the label. It's all about the bottom line. So, in rare cases, when I see a CEO or an owner of a record label caring about an artist, I have to give a round of applause. I got to say, that's dope. Now, I've always said, Atlantic, I've seen Atlantic step up for a couple artists. They definitely stepped up for T.I. T.I. got caught with every gun you could find on GTA. They did put their neck on the line for him. Atlantic has done that. Atlantic has put their vouch in many times for Youngboy. Youngboy makes some shit ton of money. Makes sense. They have done also and vouched a lot for who else? Kodak. Atlantic. I'm not demonizing everybody, but they pick and choose. Some art, but those artists make sense. And somebody's probably saying, yo, Ak, what's the point of everything you're saying? I'm going to tell you why. There's an artist who I know for a fact is not profitable. And I've seen somebody put themselves on the line to defend. And I'm going to explain it to you right now. You know, we've covered a lot when it comes to music. And let me see if I can pop this back on right now. In Jacksonville, there's this guy named Ksoo. Okay? I don't have to really do too much to fucking re-jog your mind. But he's in the middle of the beef with Fulio and Young and Ace. And basically, he's on Young and Ace side. Okay? Everybody get it? Okay. He showed up to court recently. And I'm going to be honest with you. Johnny Shipes, who owns CMG. CMG is a label who signed G Herbo at one point. Also, I believe, in a cinematic music group. So it's not like the CMG that Yo Gotti got. Cinematic music group. And Johnny Shipes owns it. He's a white dude. I'll Google his name. I'll Google his face. I want you to see it. Because sometimes, for everything I talk shit about the music industry, I want to showcase the niggas who I seen stand up. This is Johnny Shipes. It's a white dude. This is Johnny Shipes. White dude. This is Johnny Shipes. White dude. It's not about race. Okay? And by the way, here it goes. Johnny Shipes. And by the way, Johnny Shipes signs Young and Ace. Young and Ace is actually signed to Cinematic. And I don't know if this is Jada Young, and I don't know if he's signed to. But anyway, CMG has a contract of Young and Ace. Now, I'm really having a real talk with y'all. Do I think Young and Ace is profitable? Maybe. I don't think they've spent that much money on him. I don't think they've given him that much money anyway. But not only did they sign Young and Ace, they signed a bunch of people who are derivatives of Young and Ace, who I know for a fact aren't profitable. One of them happens to be Ksoo. So Young and Ace and Ksoo, I don't want to talk about their association, but they homies, I think, right? Yeah. Young and Ace, Ksoo. Ksoo's the one on the right. Young and Ace one left. He's charged for, I believe, a double homicide or some type of homicide. He's locked up. Let me Google it. We're doing everything live, people. Ksoo, let's go here. Ksoo among 5 indicted for first-degree murder. Okay. Look, okay. Indicted by grand jury for 2 murders. Ksoo. I want to play you this, and he's at a bond hearing. If you don't know the process of court, I like to be very transparent. How things work in court, you get indicted. Certain things they don't even need a grand jury for, but a grand jury did indict him on this. He got indicted for murder, 2 murders actually, and he's sitting in jail. His court hearing or his court date or his trial is probably later on. They want to get him out of jail. Judge ain't having it, prosecutor ain't having it, but they keep having these bond hearings to try to make more of a plea. This is rare. The owner of his label testified in court for a nigga that's not making that label no money. That's the whole point I'm trying to say. Johnny Shipes, basically, he doesn't go to court. It's an online virtual thing. Most courts are like virtual, right? At least have virtual, at least. He testifies about this Ksoo guy. I'm going to show you Ksoo's Spotify. And you know I'm mad transparent when it comes to the music business, right? So I'm going to show his Spotify. I'm going to tell you what the fuck that means. Here we go. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let me Ksoo. So this is Ksoo. Look on his Spotify. I want to show you this. He has 33,000 monthly listeners. I want to go back up. I'm putting everything in perspective. I'm not dissing this guy or nothing like that, but I want to put it in perspective. To put in perspective, Lil Ak, 62,000 monthly listeners. This guy that we're talking about, I haven't dropped music in 2 years. This guy, if do you consider Lil Ak a rapper, or you consider me as a rapper? He's half of me. Do you get what I mean? I'm just trying to give you guys some context to this shit. So this is Ksoo. If you look at all these streams, there's some potential there, not gonna lie. But he ain't accomplished shit yet. He's not really doing much. Okay. I showed you that part to make this part make sense. An unprofitable artist is in court facing 2 murders, and while making a bid for that person to get out of jail, the label owner testified in court on his behalf. I'm going to play this, and I gave you enough of like a talk up to understand it. I'm trying not to pause it while it starts. But listen to the label owner vouch for this nigga beyond, like, this nigga going hard. And Johnny Shipes, I don't know you, but I want to salute to you, because I personally believe if you are in the business of rap business, signing artists who are doing drill music, who are doing music that celebrates killing, violence, hurting their community, you should not only benefit off of it when they are free, you should also be there to support them when they locked up. And I know some people are like, well, they ain't signed up for that. Bro, it's all about, I get it's business, but it's just like if you're the guy who signed Famous Dex, who was rapping about drugs forever, and you were making a shit ton of money, but now the same drugs he rapped about, he's in and out of rehab about, and you don't give a fuck. You're like, well, I didn't tell him to get hooked on drugs. But you signed him to rap about drugs. Where's your accountability? You signed him to, it's not like he was rapping about something. He was rapping about drugs the whole time. It's like Lil Xan. His name was Lil Xan. You signed a nigga named Little Xan. So when he goes to rehab, or he gets almost overdoses, you have no responsibility? That's all I'm trying to say. I want to salute this guy, Johnny Shipes, because I think he understands that, listen, if you're going to sign niggas who rap about that violence, hey, be there somewhat to back them up. Just listen to this and we can talk about it.
I'm going to call Mr. Shipes since he's present.
Okay, sir, if you will raise your right hand and be sworn.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, self you God?
Yes.
Mr. Shipes, could you please state and spell your name for the record, please?
Yep, Johnny.
Okay, I hate to do this, but I just want to make sure this is clear. He's the guy right here. I know he's in a very small box, but this is a virtual court hearing where most of the lawyers are virtual and the defendant is in court because he's in jail, so they brought him out. But the guy who's testifying, which is label owner, he's right here in this box. So when you hear his voice and you want to look at him, I guess, he's right here. All right, I'll keep playing it. I'll move the chat to the top, all right?
Shipes, JONNYSHIPES.
And what do you do for a living?
I run a record label that Ksoo signed to.
Okay, and for the record, who is Ksoo?
He's a recording artist signed to the company.
And his given name is Hakeem Robinson.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, correct. Sorry, I didn't understand what you were saying.
How long have you known Mr. Robinson?
Going on at least 3 years. It could be 4 at this point. I knew him before I signed him. I got to know him, really, took a liking to him and his work ethic, and then signed him, I think, 2+ years ago.
And then last year when you provided testimony to this court, you did provide testimony as it related to his character and that you found him to be a person of good moral character.
Correct.
Okay. Now, as it stands today, are you aware that Mr. Robinson collectively has a $4 million bond for 2 separate homicide charges?
Yes.
Okay. And I wouldn't call him technically an employee, but would it be fair to say that Mr. Robinson works with you?
Yes.
Okay. And based on what you are able to do, are you able to put forward any money to contribute to Mr. Robinson's bond in order to ensure that he returns to court and answers to these charges?
Yes, absolutely.
Have you been informed of the nature of the evidence and the strength of the evidence of the 2 cases against him?
Yes.
And you're still willing to put that money forward? And if I'm correct, it's $25,000, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And at the time last year when we were about to post or to come together to post the $1 million bond for Mr. Robinson, have circumstances changed since then so that you're unable to provide that today?
Yeah, just the nature of the business. A year prior to that, I had a very good year. This year, the past year has not been as good to the company. We also just, Your Honor, had no budget allotted for him for 2022 because we had no clue whether he'd be getting out of jail or not. So, our funds are tied up in other things, where a year ago we were hoping that he would be released and there was still money in his budget based on, him getting arrested within that fiscal year of his budgeting. So yeah, it's changed. One thing, I don't know how much I can actually speak, but one thing I wanted to say is, unfortunately, there's other artists that are signed to me that are in predicaments, not exactly like this, but are locked up and incarcerated. And I don't go before the judge or speak on it because I believe that what they're going through is there's facts that show that that's what's going on. And I really don't have a place to speak to a judge and say, please let somebody out based on XYZ things. In looking at this whole case, and knowing Hakeem as well as I do, I really am passionate about this and speaking to you and trying to put my best foot forward because,
God damn, this nigga trying.
I think based on the evidence, it really shows that he's innocent. And I'm here before you today to just, hope that you can at least look at all the factors and understand that if I could have put more money up for this particular situation this year, I would. And I just really would let you know that I'm trying to do anything I can to get him out and to have him get back on the right path, which was really, he was becoming a music superstar as this all happened, and he's lost all his momentum and, you know, like I said, I really care for him and want to see him back on his feet. And I believe that, you know, I don't think he's any type of risk. I think that, you know, between what I would put up and just him being, you know, the celebrity that he is, he's not going anywhere, you know? So, you know, I'm just saying all this to say it's not like I'm just here going through the motions. I really do believe in what I'm saying and what I've seen on the evidence side. And obviously that's for you to decide, Your Honor, but I did want to say that.
All right, thank you. Any other questions, Ms. Kawaz?
I do.
By the way, you know, I don't want to bore you with the legal and whatever talk. What you're going to hear is this guy basically saying, I don't make a fucking dime off of this money, off of this nigga. And low key, if I was to do the math, he owes me money, but I think I'll just fuck with him. You're going to hear him say some wild shit. This nigga, he's like, yo, I trust this guy around my kids. And then they're going to bring up, they're like, yo, you know he's charged with murder. They're like, I don't know why he's charged with murder. You got to hear this shit. This nigga vouching.
Do not have any more questions for Mr. Shipes, Your Honor. I appreciate that, Mr. Shipes. Thank you.
Okay, so that was the attorney for Ksoo. So Ksoo's attorney asked a couple questions just to be like, oh, you fuck with him, right? Cool. Now the prosecutor is going to come. The prosecutor knows what this is. You're just trying to vouch to get this nigga out of jail. So he's going to come with a little bit tougher questions. Listen to this shit. Holy. By the way, yo, again, we're live on multiple platforms. This is lit. Yo, Twitch, y'all done fucked up. We had 2,000 on the King Akademiks page. We had 3,000 on Twitch. Holy. And I ain't gonna lie, we on Facebook. Facebook, y'all struggling. We had 250 over there. Anyway, somebody did. Hold on. Hey, for everybody who's on the YouTube, I'm gonna get some mods over there. Don't you worry. You feel me? Don't you worry. I see there's some like whatever chats or whatever coming in. Somebody said get the likes up. Okay, I don't know what that does, but do that. Some other nigga says how much for a feature, Lil Lack. Yo, chat, how much I think I should charge for a feature? We're gonna talk about that afterwards, okay? Y'all niggas remember these questions. We will talk about them. Let's get back to the video, okay? Wait, how do I get to it? Holy. Oh, here we go.
Yep. Do you want me to log off or?
No, wait, hold up. We have two attorneys here who get an opportunity to cross-examine you, so I'll ask Mr. Cooper first.
Yes, Your Honor. Would you prefer me to stay here?
I need you to be at a microphone, but if you'll get to this microphone closest to the smarts board, that way the witness can see you better.
Mr. Shipes, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me, I know it's been a while since the last time we talked, you indicated that you did sign Hakeem Robinson Ksoo to your label off royalties based on the music already out there.
Yes, but again, like, you know, we had to pay a ton of money for.
Okay. I have to kind of decipher what's going on in court because I don't know if it's going over your guys' head. By the way, salute to my people on Twitch. Hey, listen. Let me announce to everybody who's watching, this is a primarily Twitch stream, okay? I'm testing it out with other places, but salute to everybody on Twitch. Also, salute to my, Where's Perry? Thank you for the 12 months on Tier 1 subscription. I'm trying to get better at that. Anyway, let me just explain what the fuck, like, you know, what they're dancing around it. The guy's basically saying, so you're saying, he's trying to set up a question, the prosecutor, to say, if he gets out of jail, he's going to be profitable, but he's profitable off of the fact that he was in jail. This guy, who's the label owner, is saying, no, he's not going to be profitable. I'm not basically coming here to try to make money off him. You get what I mean? The prosecutor's trying to paint the label owner to say, you're only vouching for him to come out because you're trying to make a bag. The label owner is saying, we're down in money to him, and we still don't think even if he gets out, we're going to make a bag. Then they're going to get into some more things of, okay, so why do you want to get out? You'll hear.
Lawyers and everything. So he's hundreds of thousands of dollars on recoup based on past investments in him.
Okay. Is it your intention that if Mr. Robinson is released from jail, that he will then still be working with your label?
Yes, 100%.
And is that under the contract that he currently signed that you referenced he got paid $30,000 to $50,000 for?
Yes.
Okay. So no new contract, still working off the existing contract.
Correct. And we did plan on finding some sort of money if we could get him released, to give him some sort of money in his pocket to live. You know, like I said to the judge, I'm willing to try to muster up as much money as I can. You know, if Hakeem says to us, look, out of the, you know, maybe we were thinking to give him 25K upon release, 10,000 more goes to his bond or something, you know, but there's not significant money available to him this year because we hadn't budgeted for him to be out this year.
But it's a good business decision for you, for him to be released so that he can make money for himself and for yourself.
I mean, if we're just speaking openly, you know, I have very successful artists on my label. Hakeem's a year or two away. So this at all on me trying to get an artist out for my benefit. If he was a platinum selling artist, yeah, you could make that argument, but he's one of my smallest artists.
Are any of your other artists currently incarcerated on 2 different counts of murder?
Objection, relevance.
All right, how's that relevant?
Sorry, you testified that you're speaking today because.
Well, I don't actually mind answering that question, though, Your Honor, because that's what I had.
Well, the defense has objected to relevance, so I sustained it, and you don't have to answer that.
Yo, let me show you how much this nigga is vouching for Ksoo. They ask a question, which is almost like a setup question. The attorney for Ksoo objects. Like, yo, bro, what I gotta do with anything, right? The nigga who's vouching wants to vouch so much that even after the objection, he's like, you're gonna hear him now. Yo, I could still answer the question, Your Honor. No, shut up! Yo, he's vouching crazy for Ksoo. Keep in mind, he's already said Ksoo ain't making me no money. But the prosecutor's like, well, you're talking about him like he's just a regular person on the label. Do you have anybody on the label who got 2 murder charges? And then that's when Ksoo's lawyer said, whoa, chill. What I got to do with anything? Hear this.
The attorney will ask you another question.
You testified that you believe Hakeem Robinson is of good moral character.
100%. I've had him in my house, around my family. He's a very good guy.
Are you?
Hold on. Let's go back. This is Ksoo? Yo, what's that song that Young and Ace rapping about Ksoo? Tell me the song. This nigga said, listen to this.
You testified that you're speaking today because.
Well, I don't actually mind answering that question, though, Your Honor, because
he was trying to answer the question.
That's what I had.
Well, the defense has objected to relevance, so I sustained it, and you don't have to answer that. The attorney will ask you another question.
You testified that you believe Hakeem Robinson is of good moral character.
100%. I've had him in my house, around my family.
I see you, Ben, huh? What? This is great moral character. Like, yo, think about it. Nah, this is good.
Yes, but again, like, you know, we had to pay a ton of money for lawyers and you know.
They're talking about a dude who's accused of 2 murders. He said, no, I've had him around my family or my kids. Like, I think he's a good guy. Yo, that's vouching.
Is it your intention that if Mr. Robinson is released from jail, that he will then still be working with your label?
Yes, 100%.
And is that under the contract that he currently signed that you referenced he got paid $30,000 to $50,000 for?
Yes.
Okay. So no new contract, still working off the existing contract.
Correct. And we did plan on finding some sort of money if we could get him released, to give him some sort of money in his pocket to live. You know, like I said to the judge, I'm willing to try to muster up as much money as I can. You know, if Hakeem says to us, look, out of the, you know, maybe we were thinking to give him 25K upon release, 10,000 more goes to his bond or something, you know, but there's not significant money available to him this year because we hadn't budgeted for him to be out this year.
But it's a good business decision for you, for him to be released so that he can make money for himself and for yourself.
I mean, if we're just speaking openly, you know, I have very successful artists on my label. Hakeem's a year or two away. So this isn't based at all on me trying to get an artist out for my benefit. If he was a platinum selling artist, yeah, you could make that argument, but he's one of my smallest artists.
Are any of your other artists currently incarcerated on 2 different counts of murder?
Objection, you
relevance.
bitch ass nigga.
All right, how's that relevant?
Sorry, you are. You testified that you're speaking today because.
Well, I don't actually mind answering that question,
Whoa!
because that's what I had.
Well, the defense has objected to relevance, so I sustained it,
Okay.
and you don't have to answer that. The attorney will ask you another question.
There you
You
go.
testified that you believe Hakeem Robinson is of good moral character.
100%. I've had him in my house, around my family. He's a very good guy.
Are you aware of his prior criminal history?
Yes.
What are you aware
You know,
of?
I do. I'm sorry. What?
What are you aware of specifically in relation to his prior criminal history?
You're talking about this particular.
Yo, let me just clap it up for Big Savage 24. He says, Act, one of my ops just passed out of hatred. Hatred 19, man. Yo, listen. Yo, we found in the labs, okay? We had to go back to the origin, nigga. Where did they say where did they say COVID came from? What's that fucking place? Wuhan. We went to Wuhan, China, nigga, and we did a study. And that study came back and said that the biggest, like, listen, more than COVID, the biggest disease was hatred 19. So, brother, Big Savage 24, if one of your options passed from hatred 19, it's only right, man. Pay that man some respects. Show up to his funeral. Leave a rose on his casket. Help him down into the hole. Leave a little bouquet by, you know what I mean, the tombstone. And visit it every month and take a nice warm piss where that nigga lays. I'm just gotta be honest with you. Listen, hatred 19 is the worst thing in the world. Let's get back to the story, though.
Particular these cases?
No, not these two cases. His prior criminal history.
I don't know. I don't have his prior stuff, but I mean, you know, I think that regardless of his prior history before knowing me, I can only judge him off of what I've seen, you know, and I actually rehabilitate youths for the past 15 years. So part of seeing somebody that's come out of bad circumstances and tries to better themselves, that's what I base people on. So he's never been, and again, I'm on the stand. I would never lie on this. I've never seen a violent side to him. I've never seen him do anything disrespectful around me in studios when I'm not around with my staff. So
Ksoo? Never seen him hurt a fly. Yo, this guy vouching. Ksoo, I've never even heard him raise his voice. I don't even know if he could get angry. I have him around my kids. My kids love him. He's the best. He's a quiet guy.
I can't speak on any of the negative, portrayals of him because I haven't seen that. I could, you could talk about his music, but that's entertainment.
Okay, well, let's do that. So his music,
Entertainment.
Can you describe to the court predominantly what the themes of his music are?
Objection, relevance doesn't go to the financial inquiry and anything to do with this motion, Judge.
Okay, want to share how that's relevant?
Judge, he testified that he is standing up for Mr. Robinson based on his belief that he is of good moral character. The evidence against him is weak, in his opinion, and that his music is something that they intend to put back out there to generate funds, not only for Mr. Robinson, but for his company. I think it goes towards bias as well. So I'm trying to find out exactly what he's basing the belief that Mr. Robinson has good moral character on.
Well,
I'll allow that line of questioning. So you can go ahead and answer that, Mr. Scheich.
yeah, I mean, I don't think I know, because I've been doing this for 20 plus years, that music is entertainment, whether it's a rock star talking about,
Let's pause that real quick, Chad. Yo, my man vouching. Everybody clapping up for Johnny Shipes. This nigga is vouching. So I don't know what y'all talking about. I was around him for like 4 years. I only saw a good fucking guy. He like, yeah, what's the problem?
quiet, humble, would come to the studio, work.
Quiet. Wait, hold on. I gotta get it right. Quiet.
Hold up, wait, baby, out of place. Hold up, wait, baby.
Okay, sounds quiet to me.
And that's based on why I'm here today.
And
No, I'm sorry, one last thing. No profit to me. You know, the profits I'd see from him, especially with the money I've spent over the past 2 years of this nightmare, I wouldn't make money from Hakeem, for Your Honor, for 2 or 3 years. And I can get you guys statements to show you that, you know, quarterlies, whatever you want to see.
And remind me again, where are you based out of?
New York City.
Do you reside here in Jacksonville at all?
No, but I'm very familiar with Jacksonville. I've been signing artists there for like 15 years.
So it's fair to say, I think, based on that you were not around Mr. Robinson for a large portion of his life while he resided here in Jacksonville.
No. But you know, he's on trial for one specific thing, not things in the past that he might have done and been arrested for.
Holy. Yo, this thing sounds like an attorney. But wait. He's only on trial for one thing. I don't know about anything else.
Well, there are 2 cases. No. There are currently 2 cases that he's facing charges on. Just one quick follow-up. With regard to the comment you made a few moments ago regarding artists and drill rap, you said that, you know, 95% are talking about what they've seen. Did I understand you correctly?
Yeah, like what they've heard, neighborhood stories. You know, that's what any great hip hop artist or artist in general, they tell stories, they paint pictures. You know, he's bringing people into the lifestyle of an entire state, you know, like or really deeper than a state. It's many states, you know, and he's just talking about that. That doesn't mean he's done those things.
Would you agree that some artists that put out drill rap are talking about things they've actually done?
Objection,
Yes.
lack of personal knowledge, improper opinion, testimony, not relevant.
Okay, so good lawyer, man. That lawyer sound a little bit, you know, Indian. You know what I mean? They be on their shit. Yo, y'all go to court, get an Indian lawyer, a Jewish lawyer. You know what I mean? I fuck with my niggas, but you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, if he knows about it, I'll allow him to answer.
I don't know for a fact any artist. I can't speak, you know, I'm not hanging out with these people 24/7. But yes, I'm assuming some of these stories come from reality. I mean, the particular stories you're talking about, you've seen the evidence. So, you know it's a 5'3" guy and Hakeem's 6'3", you know, for just getting into the facts of the whole thing. But yeah,
Look at this nigga right here. He's a prosecutor. Look at him when he says, so what happens is Johnny Shipes actually talks about a piece of evidence that they're going to use. According to some of the discovery and also police reports, there was a particular height of a shooter that he's charged with. And, you know, it's really publicized on YouTube, but he makes mention of that evidence. Look how the prosecutor looks when he, who's supposed to be a character witness, starts talking about the evidence that really only the prosecutor and Ksoo and Ksoo's attorney has. Listen to this.
I mean, the particular stories you're talking about, you've seen the evidence. So, you know it's a 5'3" guy and Hakeem's 6'3", you know, for just getting into the facts of the whole thing. But yeah, I'm assuming some people definitely rap about what they've lived.
All right. Well, and based on that comment you just made, you indicated that I was aware the person was 5'3" and Hakeem Robinson is 6'3". When you mentioned 5'3", were you referencing the shooter captured on a dash cam video?
Yeah, that's the one video I've seen that we all know is not Hakeem Robinson.
All right. And where is your understanding of how tall?
Yo, real quick. I hate to pause the video. I'm going to actually bring back a little bit that I'll interrupt it. But I have to make the announcement. We're at about 3,500 people on Twitch, but YouTube is catching up pretty quickly. YouTube on your ass. It's about 3,300 over there. There's only 200 less people on Twitch that's already on YouTube, and we've never really streamed. This is one of my smallest channels on YouTube, but there's almost like it's almost equal in views. For my Twitch niggas, y'all know I've been rocking with y'all forever, but y'all cannot let YouTube beat y'all. Please do not let YouTube beat y'all. It's gonna have serious ramifications. By the way, Kimani Kirby, I see you. He said, Pete, my single with OCD with Trey Budden. Is that Joe Budden's son? You got a song with Joe Budden's son? He said it on YouTube. I'm looking at my Facebook only has 200. Facebook ain't a factor. It's really YouTube or Twitch, but I'm a Twitch nigga. Yo, J Hammaster 2, he says Twitch better than YouTube. By the way, if you don't know, the comments above my head, they're Twitch. We're Twitch heavy. But I'm trying to see, should I balance and juggle Twitch and YouTube? Okay, let's get back to this. By the way, we got so much shit to talk about. Yo, one thing y'all got to do, please, every about 10 minutes, spam drink water. Because if I get too drunk on this shit, you know how I get when I get drunk. So, I got to talk about Meg. I got to talk about Will, the cuck. We got to talk about Ari. We got to talk about a lot of shit. Like, the baby mamas, we're going to bring them to the forefront today. But I got to stay sober and stay alive and stay awake. Okay? Got 3 more minutes of this, and then we're going to cool out.
Yeah, that's the one video I've seen that we all know is not Hakeem Robinson.
All right, and where is your understanding of how tall the person in that dash cam video, where does that come from?
All the information I've seen.
And what information is that, sir?
I don't know what you technically call it, whatever the proper info is. You look at a video and you see it, and
okay, what is
how do I answer that? I want to answer that correctly for you and the judge. What do you mean? Like, what is the question exactly?
Okay, and I'll rephrase that. I'm asking you, what is your base of knowledge for asserting that the person in the video, the shooter, is 5'3"? What are you basing that information on, or that conclusion on?
Oh, well, just like, take a look at him. He's 5'6", 5'7". He's not 6'3". As soon as I saw that video, I called Chris DeCosta and asked, what is this video circulating? I said, that's not Ksoo, because anybody that can look at Ksoo and look at that video will tell you that. And Chris can go on record and tell you that, that is exactly what happened.
Do you know how tall the victim was that's captured on that video?
The victim?
Yes.
No, I don't.
You have no idea.
Mm-mm.
So you would have no way of comparing the height of the victim captured on video to the person that's in the shooter captured on the video.
No, and maybe height wasn't the right word to use, but if you look at that video, again, maybe you have to know Ksoo in terms of like being next to him and seeing how big of a person he is, but
by the way, they've gone so far off the track. This is a bond hearing. This is not trial. But the prosecutor is trying to pick with the person vouching for him to say, well, let's see how well you really know the case if you're trying to use what you've seen from the case to be a reason you're vouching for him. And you're going to hear the judge stops in a second.
Person in that video is very small, skinny, scrawny, and that just didn't look like Ksoo. So when I saw that, I sent it to Chris and said, what is this floating around the internet? Because it started to float around, saying it was Ksoo, and it was just impossible to be him. That's my personal opinion. I can't prove that. But if you or, the judge or whoever looked at those 2 videos, I believe it's pretty clear that it's not Ksoo in that particular situation.
Are you aware of...
By the way, let's see if we can find whatever he's talking about. Ksoo picture. I think there's a picture of him like shooting someone, or like, yeah, I know the video shooting. No. No, that's not it. I know what they're talking about, but they're talking about Ksoo's height. Ksoo's height, where there's a video supposedly of an incident, and I guess they're saying in the video the dude looks short and Ksoo's taller. I can't get to it, but
pending discovery involving digital scanning that was done in this case.
Objection. Facts not in evidence. We haven't received anything from
Okay,
digital.
let me stop everyone here because we're getting far afield from the bond motion, and I have a 3 o'clock hearing, so you all have limited time. And whether this witness believes or doesn't believe that the defendants in the video That's going to be for a jury to decide. It's not for me, for you, for anyone here. So let's just get to the bottom of what we need to know to make a determination on bond.
Yes, I have no further questions, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Atkinson, any questions? Okay. All right. Any redirect?
I don't have any, Judge.
Okay, then thank you very much, Mr. Shipes. You can log out now, sir. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. Have a good Friday.
Thank you, Mr. Shipes.
Bye, guys. Bye.
All right. I'm gonna play a really short portion
So, Judge, just
of Ksoo actually speaking himself, and I want y'all to tell me if this is cap. So they're trying to figure out, should they give him a bond that's lower, whatever the case is, because basically his label owner says, yo, I only have $25,000 to the bond, right? So $25,000, if you get a bondsman with that, usually they do 10%, that's about $250,000. The guy's bond is $4 million, right? The guy who's Johnny Shipes is saying, yo, I haven't made no money from this guy. He actually owes me. So me putting up $25,000, I'm doing it because I think he's a good guy. You probably could scrounge up some amount, but like $4 million, that's a lot of fucking money. You know what I mean? If you were gonna pay a bail bondsman, you'd have to pay him $400,000. You will never get that back. So they're trying to get it lowered, and they're trying to find a way to get him out of jail. But with all of that, Ksoo takes the stand at this bond hearing. This is a little bit alarming to me. This is not normal, but in the first 3 questions, I want to ask y'all if y'all think this is cap, and then we'll move on to some other shit, all right? Listen.
to establish the evidence for the record, if we could have Mr. Robinson put on the oath so I could just ask him a few questions about what property he has and his bank accounts.
Okay, then Mr. Robinson, if you'll come up to this podium here and be sure to speak loudly and clearly into the microphone so your attorneys can hear you, and please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can put your hand down, and again, pull up that microphone closer to his mouth. Okay. All right, you may proceed, Ms. Kawaz.
Mr. Robinson, could you state your name for the record, please?
Hakeem Armani Robinson,
And how old are you?
23.
Okay, I'm going to ask you some questions right now about what it is that you have in your possession in terms of tangible assets and money, okay?
Okay.
Do you have a checking account?
I don't know what a checking account is.
Okay, do you have any bank accounts?
Wait, hold the fuck on up. This surprised me. Y'all think he capping or nah? First question, do you have a checking account? I don't know what a checking account is. I wonder if he knows what a 9mm is. Does he know what a 45 ACP is? Do you know what a 223, 556, 762? Does he know what that is? I'm wondering. Does he know what an AR pistol is? Does he know what a Glock is? Does he know the difference between a Glock 9? Does he know the difference between a Glock 45, a Glock 17, a Glock 19? Does he know the difference between a Ruger? Does he know the difference between a SIG? Does he know the difference between all those things? But a checking account.
23.
Okay, I'm going to ask you some questions right now about what it is
I need y'all to tell me if y'all think he capping.
that you have in your possession in terms of tangible assets and money, okay?
Okay.
Do you have a checking account?
I don't know what a checking account is.
Do you think he's capping or not? By the way, we all know people do shit to get out of jail. I'm never not a young man trying to get out of jail. But I'm gonna be very honest. If this is sincere that he doesn't know what a checking account is, and he's in the predicament that he's in, not saying that he's guilty or innocent, I don't know. I think that's sad upon the black race. Once you hit about 12, 13, especially around the time where you can get a job, how old you got to be to get a job where y'all from? Y'all tell me, spam it in the chat. For me, I think around like 16, like was in Jersey, you could get a job. Your mama should have brought you to go get a checking account. It's the one that your mama her name got to be on it. My mom was on my checking account for the longest time. I didn't even know when her shit came off, but that's what it is. When I was 16, right? That's when you get a job. You about to get some money. Again, I'm not judging him in terms of saying whatever, but I feel it's sad. If this is sincere, it's sad. Him saying he doesn't have a checking account, to me, was sad. And I'm hoping he's capping, because if he's capping, I understand. But let's keep listening.
You have in your possession in terms of tangible assets and money, okay?
Okay.
Do you have a checking account?
I don't know what a checking account is.
Okay, do you have any bank accounts?
Yeah, I have a bank account.
How much money do you collectively have in your bank accounts? As far as you can remember, because I know you've been incarcerated for a long time.
Well, before I got locked up, I had like $1,000.
Okay. We could say approximately no more than 1,000?
No.
Okay. So any other bank accounts that you have any money in?
No.
Do you own any real property? And by that, I mean land, houses, buildings.
No.
Do you own any cars?
Yo, somebody, and by the way, if you're sending either donation bits or anything on Twitch, please let me know. But I also have the YouTube thing popped up. Dual Mitchell says, wait, so if he don't know what a checking account is, how the fuck did he cash the advance check that he got? That's a good question. Well, here's the thing. You could still cash a check in a savings account, right? Much of it? Maybe he can't write a check, right? But if you deposit your check straight into your savings, he knows what a bank account is. He's not that dumb. He just doesn't know what a checking account is, right? Somebody said check cash in place. Yo, you think a check cash in place would fucking cash a check of like 40,000? Yo, have any of y'all been to a check cash in place? I've always never been there because I've always just thought there's some shiesty about it. What's the max a check cash in place could do? By the way, chat, I'm monitoring this so close. YouTube got the lead. 3,700 on YouTube, 3,500 on Twitch. By the way, listen, we're going to put in perspective. 37 and 35, we about 7,200 people watching. But I'm trying to see who gonna win tonight. A check cash in place. That could work. Dude Mitchell, you got your fucking answer. I'm gonna play a little bit more of it, and then we're gonna switch topics, all right?
Well, I had a car, but I don't own the car anymore.
Okay, so you don't possess any cars right now?
No.
Okay. And I mean, I right now don't have any other. You don't own a boat, nothing else like that?
No.
Ms. Robinson?
No.
Boat.
Okay. And so what we have established at this point is financially what you have in your possession is $1,000.
Dang, that no more easy though.
I didn't understand that. You can take off your mask if you need to.
It's not there anymore either. Like I used it to order food in the jailhouse.
Okay. Are you currently employed?
Signed to a label.
But you're not currently working, are you?
No.
How long have you been incarcerated?
A year and a half.
Are you allowed to work while you're incarcerated?
No.
How much money does it cost for you to make phone calls?
It's different prices. I don't call anyone in Jacksonville, so it'd be about $5, $7.
So if you, even though you don't have any money coming in, you have to rely on other people to put money on your phone.
Yes.
Okay, Your Honor, I don't have any other questions at this time.
All right, any cross on that limited financial issue? And Mr. Atkinson, any from you?
All right. I don't think there's much on that.
I suppose briefly, Mr. Robinson, how much money do you think that you have spent on jail calls and tablet visits since?
Okay. That niggas is asking much worship. Anyway, I just want to give credit to Johnny Shipes. You know, this is an artist and also somebody who's just like, you know, involved in some shit who's not profitable to a label. And bro, we've just seen situation. Yo, they sent Bobby down the river. This is why, Bobby just posted not too long ago that he got off Epic. He wish the person for Epic vouched for him like this, bro. Nobody did. They didn't show up in court. They want nothing to do with it. You know why? Because in America, for other people, a conspiracy charge is scarier than a murder charge. They don't have any reason, or they don't have any, leeway or anything to fucking subpoena the financial records or to comb through all the financial documents of a Johnny Shipes. You know why? He's not charged with anything. This is murder. Conspiracy, and this is the thing about the RICO charge. This is the reason I'm telling y'all now. Go back in the history of hip hop. Murder Inc. got dropped. Bro, when it comes to conspiracy, they want to see where all the money that funded the fuckery came from. I'm telling you this as a fact. 6ix9ine got dropped. His last album was not released on UMG. He got dropped. Remember when Dummy Boy came out when he got locked up? They told the nigga he was signed to, which is the son of Lucian Grange, who runs the whole UMG. That boy is charged with a RICO. We're not putting out no album of his. You know what 6ix9ine had to do? His label had to take that album and put it out on an indie label. Dummy Boy came out indie. No label wants to be on a big conspiracy charge. You know why? They start tracking the money. That money that comes down, they start looking at everybody to say, were you funding music or were you funding violence? A murder charge is just cut and dry. Did you shoot him or not? A conspiracy and a RICO charge? They invented that shit to take down the mafia, to take down the mob, to take down the niggas they could never catch in a room with drugs. They could never catch hook, line, and sinker with a murder charge. So they came up with conspiracy. Well, you paid the nigga that paid the nigga that paid the nigga who did the shooting. So really, you're just as guilty as the nigga who pulled the trigger. What they got going on in Jacksonville, that's not no higher up shit. That's some nigga shit. That's just some, yo, you killed this person. Same with Chicago. When it comes to New York a lot, what they do is they start to blame every shooting, every killing on a gang. Then who gets culpable in that? When it comes to a gang, who's funding it? They're always going to have some drugs on it. Oh, the gang moved this drugs. They got mad violence. But who funded the gang? Who paid for this? Oh, 6ix9ine, you paid for a nigga to be shot at. Great. Now imagine if they could track that money to come from Universal Music Group. Let's say 6ix9ine gave a nigga $100,000 to go shoot at a nigga. And they could track that money. And that money, not only did it come from 6ix9ine, unknowingly, because of obviously people at UMG, they're not giving money to 6ix9ine to go pay for hitmen or shooters. But if they could point the money there, who knows? They could have a bigger case against UMG and bring them in federal court. You see why they drop all these niggas? Once you catch a RICO, you're off every label. I'm telling you this right now. You catch a federal RICO, no label will fuck with you. You're done. You feel me? All right. Some of you say, yo, there's new Drake? Is it midnight? Oh, it is midnight. My bad. I was talking some shit. Relax. Okay. What's your new Drake? Okay. Tell me what just came out. We're going to play it real quick. YB dropped. How many songs dropped from YB? Let me go look. Sorry. Youngboy, The Last Slimito. He dropped 11 songs. Y'all wants to listen to that? Yo, we are going to listen to it. Yo, and by the way, for YouTube, I don't want to play all these songs because like they're going to strike all the shit out. I don't want, like, it's the first time I've ever streamed live on YouTube. For the people who want me to play Youngboy, I will. You know, if you're on Twitch, at some point we're going to end the YouTube stream. You get over on Twitch, we'll play everything. But while you're on Twitch and you're on YouTube, like, and for anybody on YouTube, you're going to get the content which is raw. Like, you're going to get me talking about everything. I do have a few more things to get to, okay? So please, if you want to hear me play Youngboy, I will play Youngboy. But I'm going to cut the YouTube stream at that point. But I got a few more things I want to talk about. Please. Yeah. So I did the Ksoo Johnny Snipe shit.